I've known Courtney for a very long time. All right, you guys, welcome to another episode of the Finch House Show. Today we have our artist called Rel, aka Rizzail, that's joining us for today. Welcome to the show, Rizzail.
Welcome, man. Hey, man, Rizzail. The reason Rizzail's on the show is because I had introduced myself to this social media site. And the first day I was on that social media site, I friended him.
Okay.
And he friended me right back. And then I was going through and I was looking and I seen something because your friends and stuff, they give you their stories. And I was so touched by one of his stories that I literally watched it over and over. You know what I mean? And I don't know if y'all seen where they bring these pictures back to life.
Yeah.
He did more. He went way more in depth with it. And he brought back the young men that were killed by the police officers.
Yeah.
And the young ladies and stuff like that was killed by the police officer. And he put it together so well. And the thing was, he went live. And when he went live, I joined his live and he went viral. Yeah. While we were in the live, he went viral. So, man, that's how we met. Yeah. But I want you to tell everybody about yourself, man.
Okay, well, my name is Rel, aka Rizzail. Rizzail is my hip hop name.
Okay.
Crawford. And I'm from Gastonia, North Carolina. Most people they would be more familiar with Charlotte.
Right.
But I'll be like maybe 15, 20 minutes from Charlotte, where I live.
You kind of like Jordan a little bit.
Nah. I heard a lot of stuff, and I never heard Jordan. Maybe because I got the bald head. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm from North Cackalack, Dirty South.
That's what's up.
I'm a creative individual, man. I can't stop thinking of stuff. I can be at work and stuff pop up in my head. I've been like that since I was, elementary. And it got worse as I got older. It even started giving me anxiety because. Wow. I think so much, man. I think so much. You might be thinking about, and I tell everybody this, you might be thinking about one or two things. Are you thinking about every one or two things you're thinking about? I'm thinking about 50.
No.
At one time.
Yeah, at one time. So that's where the creativity come in, because I gotta be able to put them thoughts, energy somewhere.
Right.
So it turns into the creativity. Whether they can be illustrating, it can be me writing lyrics or rhymes. And then TikTok now, it's a platform I use to my advantage because, back in the day, we didn't have the technology. We didn't have Facebook. We didn't have social media, none of this.
Yeah.
So everything, was in my face. I sit down, I sketch something out, whatever. And if you wanted somebody to see it, you had to send stuff by mail then,
Right.
I'm creative for my own good. Sometimes it keep me up at night.
Wow.
So.
Wow. That's, that's very interesting that you said that it gives you anxiety, man. How did this affect you early, like your early life, man? How did it affect your early life? Or, just explain to us like your early life coming up to get to this point where you went viral.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll say it like this right here. For the ones that, because I'm a prime example of when they say take a village.
Okay.
Village, and it did, mother, father, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and even people that was in the neighborhood, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people don't have that now. Or the grandmothers are different now from when I was growing up. My grandma used to beat she beat
Say it, say it,
and I
say it,
feel like
say it. We ain't, hey, say it.
out of, you know what I'm saying? And I feel
Yeah.
like grandmothers now, I'm not knocking this, but you can see it, you
Yeah.
know. Some of that stuff right there, man, they help to, you know, send me in a certain direction,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you know. And my grandmother used to love my art. I was in first grade and I would draw stuff for different, people in my class.
Right.
And she would look at it, and as shell as she was, she always would say, you know, he gonna do something. Or, he really can draw.
Right.
Yeah.
That was something that sticks with me to this day. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of other stuff, man, growing up, you kids and you experimenting with stuff. But man, it didn't matter what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Bikes, play footballs without pads, getting roughed up, scuffed up. I was creative with it. You know,
Right.
we would be in the yard, and everybody doing the same thing. And I had to
Right.
stand out and do something different.
Yeah.
I would be like the first one to learn how to cut a backflip. And I would try to get everybody in the hood or in the neighborhood to do a backflip because I could
Right.
do it. And that's just one, example. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but
So you can say like your grandmother, she was like your inspiration, like one of your inspirations for
I was
continuing your art.
inspiration, but I also was the devil to her now. Sometimes she'd be like, "You a sneaky little devil. When I catch you doing something, I'm gonna whoop your ass." And she meant that, you
Yeah.
know. So, I'm just saying, that man, 'cause it's like it it took all that, like I said, to, you know, create who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
That that's a that's very interesting because I talk to a lot of people today, and when I talk to people, my main thing is that in life you have to be a leader. You can't be afraid to stand out. And exactly what you just said, man. You might not know it, but you were a leader. You might have thought you stood out, but you actually led things. You know what I mean? And you were so creative that you weren't afraid to take that initiative step to, you know what I'm saying, to what you wanted to do, not what
Yeah,
somebody else wanted you to do,
yeah,
to
yeah,
what
exactly.
you wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a real beautiful thing, man. And like uh with the you told us, like, growing up you had the, flips, which I used to do flips and stuff growing up. I think it was something with the era, man.
Man,
Maybe we
it
watched
had to
them.
be because
Yeah,
everybody started doing it, and it was fun.
right.
And
Uh
I
right
did it.
now,
Yeah,
what are your hobbies and stuff right now besides the art? And you do sketch art and also computer and stuff like that, right?
yeah. I do the digital art.
Digital,
Um,
that's better. That's the better way of
it,
saying it.
it started off, and I still do this. Like right now, I'm doing it. I use uh just regular color pencils and markers.
Mm,
So if you look at some of my videos, it's color pencils and markers, and I do the narrated tales. I tell my stories using characters.
yeah.
Some of those stories is, and I call it reality art. That's what I do. I do reality art, stuff that you really can see, you really
Right,
see happening out here in the world.
right.
And then some that might have something to do with me, or it could be some of my homeboys, some family. I just don't want to
Mm-hmm.
incriminate nobody, so I use my characters and let them go through the situations. But you still can
Okay.
get something from it.
Right,
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
right.
saying? So, you know, um, besides that, man, I love listening to music. I
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
love listening. If I'm not writing, I love to listen to it. I'm like the 80s. I love the 80s,
Oh yeah.
Right.
90s, you know. So, I listen to music. I love movies. Horror movies,
Mm-hmm.
my favorite. It's one of the favorites. You know, that's just a few things I do, man, besides, my art.
Yeah.
Right.
It's still kind of like all in like the creative realm of everything.
Yeah,
You
that's what I'm
yeah.
telling you. I'm like one big ball of creativity or something. I don't know. God
Yeah.
was like,
Right.
it's gonna be creative, And sometimes I get discouraged because I feel like I should be somewhere else than where I am now, because of that. And I ain't gonna lie, life throw curveballs and then you make decisions. So as a teenager, I always had the creativity, but there was other stuff that was around me I was gravitated toward, and it threw me off track.
Yeah.
For so many years, threw me off track. I ain't gonna lie, it threw me off track. Because everybody got a story to tell. So mine would be, yeah, I got thrown off track for a long time. I did, and so now it's like, okay, let me take advantage of this technology, man.
Right.
You see, I got gray hairs and stuff.
I got a little bit right here. I got one or two.
I done time in them past.
Yeah.
I have a daughter. My daughter look up to me, and she be painting and stuff now, and drawing, and so it's like I just gotta, I gotta really think, really think now, man, a lot about different stuff.
Yeah.
And whatever moves I want to make, I gotta just do it. I can't just sit around just thinking about it. You gotta just do it, man.
Right.
Yeah. That's something. Yeah, that's what made you decide that you needed to get back on track? I know you said you got off track a little bit I know, like you said, things happen, curveballs, but what led you back to? Was it always just that creativeness that you had, and it just brought you back onto that side?
It's a combination of things.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you. One of them would be my daughter.
Yes.
Because I'm trying so hard to get somewhere in this life to where I can leave something for her. So and I'm not gonna say she won't go through the same things, but I want to be able. I want to be an example. I want her to be able to look up and say, no, daddy not perfect or nothing. When she get older, she could say, well, he did do this,
right?
Which something that I could do to help her, man.
Yeah,
that's
like that leaving of that legacy.
That's exactly. That's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Number two, after you run into the wall and you bash your head one time, and then you do it again, bang, and it hurt, and the third time, that's insanity.
Yeah.
So doing the same things, and I wanted different results, but I wasn't getting different results. I knew I had to make a change. I had to do something different.
Right.
Yes.
So many people I grew up with, some of them, like I got a homeboy who just got out, who was locked up. And there's others who locked up. Some people strung out, on different, drugs, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. I got people that's 6 feet under.
Right.
So that right there makes you think different, make you think like, you know what, I'm still here. So let me make the best out of this, because people that's not here no more, man, they always, a lot of them was like, you too talented to be doing this. And now I can't even show them this. Maybe in another dimension, they might be looking, they might say, I don't know. But what I'm saying is I had to make that change. And I'm not perfect now, but I'm saying, as far as getting back into this, my creativity, my art and stuff like that, I had to.
Right. Now, that's great advice. And and it's not weird, it's common that everyone we talk to, they sometimes they show the lack of patience, which I've said the same thing, the lack of patience. Also, they show that they want to leave a legacy, and the what they had before them, the people that inspired them before them, sometimes they want to reach that level that they put there for them, and then surpass that for what they have, their kids and stuff like that.
It's like, it's just kind of like a way of like honoring their memory, like you said, with the ones who might have passed on, because you don't want to, like, they're giving you that encouragement, your creativity, and you shouldn't waste it. So it's just like an honoring.
And that's what I'm saying. And then you think back to what your grandmother would say about you, or how she would talk about you, and it's like, I'm letting her down. I'm saying there would be a letdown. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do that, man. So
Now,
so we're glad that you're not doing that, because now we get to see all of the talent and all of it that you're bringing out into the world. Like, and lately, especially with the climate that was happening all in 2020 and things happen, we know one of your biggest things is with like Trayvon Martin, and your imaginings with George Floyd. Now,
Yeah.
with that being said, have you seen like the backlash from some of the things that you put out there?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this right here. I will stir up a little controversy. I will. You
Mm-hmm.
know, here where I'm at locally, I did I used to make t-shirts, okay? And I did one, it was one t-shirt that said impeach this beast. And
Uh-huh.
it had like a little, a round orange with the swirly yellow
Yeah.
hair that had,
Yeah.
had horns on it. So I posted this on it was Facebook where you could sell. You know, you can go to certain, they have certain groups or pages you could sell stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I put it on there. I posted it up, and man, I woke up the next day, man. I mean, it was going bananas. People was on there like, I wish you would wear that shirt. Or whoever buy that was crazy. Or will you take EBT for them shirts? Or would you? It was a lot of racist
Wow.
stuff. It was a lot of racist stuff. But man, it was so many it was like, man, it got up to it was a lot of views, and they had, black people coming in. It was like, y'all, people say they're not racist, but this is a prime example of this, because anyway, it got taken. So I guess a moderator took it off.
Mm-hmm.
Other people were trying to sell stuff, but what I put up, it was overshining what they were trying to sell.
Right.
But going back to this, with the My Heritage app, people took the My Heritage app, and when I first saw it, it tripped me out, because people were taking like their great grandmothers, great grandfathers, and family members, and they was bringing them back to life. People that we never saw move before. We don't know how they move. You know what I'm saying? And I took it to another level. And all I did, because at first it was just Emmett Till. That's all I was going to do.
Right.
I was just going to do Emmett Till. But then something said, you know what? And when I say this, I mean this. It was something in me that said, if you start with Emmett Till, and then you show all the other ones, it's going to be like, how long has this been happening?
Yeah.
When is it really going to be a change? Like, who's going to change this? Is there really a solution? Or are we going to keep going through this as long as we live in America? That's why I did like that. And I put Jesus on the end. Now some people said, that wasn't no G. Why you put Jesus on the end like that? That wasn't he wasn't black, was it? Or why'd you put Jesus? And then some people was like, well, Jesus got done, he was done in too.
Right.
He was killed. And
Right.
then you had some people said that video made them cry, and they were so hurt until they got to Jesus, and it made them feel a little better. So everybody, had their own input on it. So I did it, and then somebody asked me, they could send you questions on there. Could you do one with George Floyd? Now George Floyd and Eric Garner and somebody else, they were supposed to be on there. But what happened was when I put those images together, I started deleting some of them.
Okay.
So I wouldn't forget. So, because in other words, when you post these images, I might post two of the same people. So the same time I'm posting, I went back and was deleting, and I accidentally deleted George Floyd and Eric Garner and whatever. So what you saw was the results when I finished. So somebody wanted to see George Floyd. So when I did George Floyd, I did one with that same song, Rise Up.
Right.
It's George Floyd by itself. And when I did that George Floyd by itself, it was a rap. When I said it was a rap, them jokers was going in. Why would you put this criminal up? Is he supposed to represent BLM? With that nose and that big mouth he got, he couldn't breathe.
And who was this? Who was this?
People,
What demographic is it? Just only whites, or do you know, or what?
Yeah. They were saying stuff like that about his features, about his nose and his lips. He couldn't breathe.
Wow.
Somebody said George Monkey Floyd. Like they was going in, and I'm like, so you get the notification. Now I'm at work, my phone, is going off. and I'm like, I already know which one this is because I just did. And you still got people that's liking the Emmett Till one. You still got people who love that one. That got 1.5 million views. The one with just George Floyd, it was moving up, but I eventually, I took it off. I hid it. It's private. Now, if I put it back on there now, it's gonna be the same thing. So I just put it in the private box, man, because it was, you know, yeah, man.
That's crazy. I mean, I'm not gonna take anything from you when I say this. When you speak on that, and this is the first time we actually really did a show on, you know what I'm saying, where people really like show their racism. You know what I'm saying? And that was like one of the most cowardly things to do, to attack a person. You know what I'm saying? From an image that they brought back to life. But what it showed, man, was that it hurt them. You know what I mean? And when a dog hurt, he gonna holler. He gonna holler. And if he hurt so bad, he gonna bite. You know what I mean? You had people that were like, yo, this is beautiful. Me personally, I said it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people,
And then you had people that, and now you saying it, man, because I never heard this. I never heard this story. But now you saying that, man, it kind of touched me a little bit, man, because you know, you never put on there that this is the face of Black Lives Matter. You never people put that in, they put that together.
They said that, man.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, for everybody, and like I said, we at the Finch House, we reach everybody, black, white, green, yellow, it don't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We here to help. That right there is a 100% example of how society treats Black people.
It is. It ain't no if and buts, no make. It ain't.
Yeah,
no, it
I mean, they're upset about a picture. Upset about a picture.
Yeah.
That's
instead of looking at the artistry and creativity behind it.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Instead of looking at and you know, like I said, you know, there was this one female. Her name was Miss Blue, and she told me.
I remember
okay,
Blue.
her. She after I posted it up, she was like, you know, what it was. You know, you didn't give them enough time to finish with the Emmett Till, and also when I put up the George Floyd one, he was just by himself. He wasn't with a group of people. It was just him by himself. So the way they looked at him, they went in because it wasn't nobody else with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had Emmett Till, Trayvon Moore. It was just him by himself. So the way they really felt about him, they let it be known.
Yeah.
And see, it was stuff they were saying I really wasn't aware of, didn't know about. You know, he was a criminal. He put a gun to a pregnant woman's belly. They said next time you do one, you should make him putting a gun to a pregnant woman's belly, or you should put a knee behind his neck. Or you should put him with a crack pipe in his mouth. I mean, they was like, you know, they was going in, and when people were telling me it's disrespectful to the families because you're bringing these people back to life, I wasn't looking at it like that at all. I wouldn't have done that because I had some people saying, no, what you're doing is giving them at least one more chance or to move. People looking at that was really feeling like, you know, if they could, you know, live again, or if you could see them, it almost made it look like they might be in a better place because they're looking around like, you know, it's like they might be in another dimension if it's better than where we at. I was doing it, and then from the creativity.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, with the George Floyd, it was so much hate and anger and stuff that was thrown toward him.
Yeah.
I
think it's just, you know, it made them, you know, come face to face with certain things that they just weren't ready to admit.
Right.
And that's how it came from.
Right. I mean, I get off subject just a little bit. There are criminals and I'm gonna tell people today, there's no such thing as black on black crime. There is no such thing as a crime rate in a certain area. For the simple fact, black on black crime should have white on white crime. It should have Chinese on Chinese crime. It should have
Yeah.
brown on brown crime. It should have everything else. So don't single black people as they're the only crime, and don't single their crime rate, and you're not giving everybody else crime rate with that. Okay, you've had several people who've done things and way worse than what was projected that George Floyd did,
Oh my
and they're
God.
still here. They're still here. So
Still here.
and let's not forget a lot of things that's happened to the young men, innocent young men today.
Which I think is what he was
You know,
basically kind of showing
yeah.
with his
So
video, with the Emmett Till and
right, and
Trayvon
That's what I would,
Martin,
yeah.
like
That's
that.
what I'm
Yeah.
So
doing.
that's what he was kind of, that's the point. Like, it's showing that overall this time is basically like still the same things.
It's
They just
still the
even.
same, and that's what
Yeah.
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 So what do you hope to inspire? Like, when people are looking at your art and your creativity, what are you hoping to inspire? What are you hoping that people can get out of it?
I I hope they can. You know what? Because sometimes I feel like people are. Well, I know people know. I don't feel like I know that people brainwashed. So it don't matter, how much truth you bring to the table. So some people still not going. They're just not going to get it.
Yeah.
What I wish people could get though is people. I want people to be more. I wish people could be more open minded, and that's everybody across the board can be more open minded, and let's be able to coexist. Because at the end of the day, we're in the melting pot.
Right.
Let's say this is the grounds that we originally come from in America. None of us can say that. But the ones who can say that, you know who they are, the Native Americans. So none of us can say that. So since we're here, I mean, because if we don't coexist, it's gonna keep being like this. It's gonna keep being, and then the way the system is, I mean, it's deep, man. It's just deep.
Yeah.
So I just hope I can get people to understand that since we all living in this melting pot together, we got to find some kind of way to coexist, and we got to find some kind of way to, I mean, get our shit together.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have to find a way, because I understand that people, you can grow up and you can learn stuff. People say that's just taught. You taught how to be like this or how to be like that. I understand that. But it also comes to a point where you can start to use your own. You have a brain, open your mind, open it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so when I do my art, that's all I be trying to do. And that's why when you see my art, I'm jumping around. So one might be something about, like with the Emmett Till thing, and then one might be about superheroes, and then one might be because that's a life. It's so much more. It's so much stuff in this life that we live, from animals to space to aliens. Y'all probably don't believe in aliens, but I'm just saying it's so much. And the older you get, you really start to see and understand. Damn, it's a lot of stuff out here, man. And there's some stuff out here you can't even begin to grasp or fathom. You can't understand. So I do the best I can to try to make people understand. I try to bridge the gap between where I'm coming from and where this person lives. Because I know some Trump supporters who don't understand or won't care about how I'm living.
Well, it's just some people all together. I mean,
all together.
They don't really have to be, the Trump supporters, but they've come to, like, for some odd reason within the last 4 years, the prior 4 years, that racism become Trump supporters. You know what I'm saying? And I know a couple of Trump supporters and stuff like that, and they just went for the wanted to have a better economy. But you had a lot of them that stood out that did have a different what word am I looking for?
No,
Motive, motive, or
Motive?
you know what I'm saying?
No,
So
but that's
you
what I
can't
was
ignore
saying.
yeah,
it. The thing is, so
yeah,
I
you
get
can't
it.
ignore it. So and yeah, I understand, and I 100% agree with you, bro.
Yeah,
You
so
know, I
and you
just
know, and I respect that. I like that you are trying to bridge that gap because a lot of times when people are having discussions, they can't get past that. But sometimes when they see a work of art, it
right,
hits them a different way.
right. Just looking
And
at that peaceful face to turn and smile at you. I mean, you're
Yeah,
looking into
yeah,
the eyes. You look into the eyes, and you know, like Tamir Rice and stuff like that, or Emmett Till. You're looking to the eyes of an innocent,
yeah.
and you're like,
it could touch
you
some
know,
that can make them,
right,
like change their thought processes.
right,
So that's ultimately what I'm guessing that what you're getting at, like just trying
Yeah.
to just like you said, bridging that gap. And it happens like that, like it's because sometimes with conversation it doesn't really do it, and sometimes people have to have that visual.
right,
Well,
right,
I would say this. I say the biggest ways that you bridge the gap, and it's gonna sound kind of saying messed up, whatever. But I would say this. Uh, my daughter, she's by a Caucasian female. So when people come at me like, you race, because I never try to, pro black, pro black. No, I love my race. I know where I'm from. I love my grandmother. I come from a black woman and man, all that stuff. So I get that, you know. So it's like, people that, and that's a lot of people, even on, with the black race or any other
Yeah.
race, they feel a certain way. But if their
mm-hmm,
child come home and their child loves somebody of another nationality and they have a baby, and what you gonna do when that baby born? You gonna look at the baby and you gonna thump it in the head and throw it outside? No. I've seen this too many times where there were people who was, I'm talking about backwood racists,
right,
Mhm.
and their daughter got kicked out because she loved melanin, melanin skin tone people,
mm-hmm,
brought home baby, and they fell in love with the baby. And I'm not gonna say that changed them all the way 100%, but it made them look at it like, well, damn, we can't do no. We got to just love this. We got to love this child.
right,
And so and I feel like one day now, I don't know when, we might not be here,
Yeah.
when America, was first bum rush, whatever, everybody looked the same, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going back to that because I feel like what man did, he wasn't supposed to do that. He wasn't supposed
Yeah.
to come to no land and run people off. So what's happening is you have all these races getting together, having
mm-hmm,
babies and stuff, and the people that did come over here and cause all that, the atrocities and stuff, they
mm-hmm,
were minorities. Real talk. That's what's happening. They went
Mhm.
against the universe law, and you can't
Yeah.
do that. So
Mhm.
now, at one point when you saw a biracial child, I mean, I know a lot of us have stuff in us, but you can't see. But I remember
right,
my mother told me one time when she was in elementary, they saw a child that was biracial, which they call mixed,
Mhm.
mm-hmm,
mulatto back then.
Mhm.
mm-hmm,
Everybody would look at her. They say her hair was pretty, she was so pretty. It was, but that was the first one they saw.
Yeah.
right,
Okay.
right,
My mother worked for the school
Mhm.
system now. She was in the cafeteria.
Mhm.
She said when they come in there now, she said it's crazy how it was kind of like to me it remind me of the baby boomers when boom with like popcorn just pop
right, right,
pop
right,
up.
right,
There's
right,
a whole
right,
bunch of there's a whole bunch of some biracial kids now. Like where they
Mhm.
come from? Yeah, think about it. I mean, everywhere you go, like they there, you see it.
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
That's what's
It's
happening.
natural. It's natural.
Exactly when you're in the middle, like
Yeah.
that's what's good. Whoever you're around, you're gonna be attracted to. So that's what happened. That's what's happening. That's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm. That's
You
what's
know,
up,
so,
man.
you
That's what's
know.
up.
Mhm.
Your ups and downs to this, man. Ups and downs to this.
Yeah.
And I mean the digital art, the sketch art, all of it together, man. What is your ups and downs to this, man?
Okay, when you say ups and downs, you mean like wait, well, you know what? I say this, long as I'm living, it's gonna be ups and downs.
Okay.
Okay. So I feel like I might put out something and I feel like they're gonna love it, they're gonna like it. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody don't like it.
Yeah.
everybody not gonna like it. And then the
Right.
stuff I put out, like with the Emmett Till thing, I was just doing that to be doing it. I
Right.
wasn't expecting to wake up and have over 10,000 followers and all these likes, and because I didn't know. So sometimes what you think is gonna blow up, it don't.
Yeah.
And what you're not really looking to blow up, it happened like that. And then people, they're gonna send you negative stuff. They're gonna say stuff. They're behind the computer. They can hit the keys. They can say what they want to say.
Keyboard gangsters. I got you.
Yeah, keyboard gangsters or whatever, But
Right.
so that's what I'm saying. The ups will be the people who see the true artistry. They'll be the ups. The ups will be somebody who get a message from it. The downs will be the people who mind so close. They don't care what you're trying to put out there. They're gonna knock it regardless.
Right.
Or because somebody else can't do it, they're gonna hate. That's the downside of it.
And you know that those type of people are getting smaller. I mean, they're getting smaller because we're here in Atlanta, and I'm originally born in Florida, moved to Alabama and stuff like that. So those southern states.
Yeah.
As I got older, I see more mixed couples. And younger, you will see them and you'll kind of look and you might give them a good 2 or 3 second stare. Now you don't. I mean, you're just walking past them, bro. Like, it's as time goes by, as that clock starts ticking, and you see people, man, you just walk past them, man. And then, I mean, that's with everybody, man. I mean, you might see any kind of couple, man, and you just walk past them.
2 women, 2 dudes.
Yeah, you just walk past them, and that's today's society, and that's the world, and it's going. So that those type of people, man, that still condone and still have those type feelings and stuff like that, they're getting smaller, bro. They're getting smaller because
the world is changing.
The world is changing, man.
I mean, the world is changing, whether you want it to or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get control over that. So, like you say, the world changing. So, people trying to hold on to the old world. Like I be telling them, y'all, you in the Flintstone era, and we going into the Jetsons era. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we got these self-driving cars. We coming to them Jetsons.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? You see that? You see how we talking now?
Right.
I remember watching the Jetsons, and I remember seeing them talk. They be in the George be in the office, and I forgot his little boss name, but they would call each other like we doing now.
Right.
Even on Star Trek, I didn't like Star Trek that much, but people, they had them little phones, or they had little screens where you talk. Look where we at now.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So just click away. Yeah.
Yeah. So what about like people who want to commission something from you? Are they able to hire you? Can somebody buy any of your products and things like that if you want to?
I'm a free agent.
Yeah.
You're free agent. Yeah, somebody want to hire me, they can hire me, I mean, and that's that, and the reason I call it Rizzail Arts, because that's the umbrella. Underneath the umbrella, that arts can be illustrating, they can be me writing poems, lyrics, acting. I want to get into that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's whatever. So if somebody see me and they like what I have to offer, and they want to chop it up and talk about doing some business together, I'm all for it.
Okay. Right. Tell us how they can get in touch with you. And then we'll also make sure, to be, of course, everybody in the description so that you guys can get in touch with him if you any work or art that you need.
Yeah.
Right now on Facebook, and that would be under Rail Crawford.
Spell it for me.
It'd be RAIL CRAWFORD. That's on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. It would be Rizzail Arts also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, you guys, we're gonna make sure to put the information down in the description so everybody can get in touch with you.
And YouTube. I'm also on YouTube.
Yeah.
You on YouTube too?
Yeah, it would be Rizzail, then a letter C after. Okay. So it'd be Rizzail space C.
Okay. And then anything else, man? Like, TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, your TikTok. I
Yeah.
just started doing that, like, you know what I'm saying, the end of last year, man. Because it's COVID, yes, it's fucked up. It's a bad thing, but at the same time, it could be a good thing because
Right.
it keep you stuck in the house, but it bring out the best of you. As far as especially you creative. So yeah, that's what happened. I just
Yeah.
got on TikTok.
What's your
So
TikTok?
my TikTok would be Rizzail Arts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
think, well, hold on. Rizzail Arts 2020, because that's when I started doing it.
Okay.
Rizzail Arts 2020.
Yeah.
Man, we 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 have a tradition.
Just well, you know what? This has been like like a very good
Yeah.
conversation. Like just
Hey,
being able to go back and forth and just being exposed and let everybody know about your art and how you're trying to connect with people and things like that.
Right.
What's some advice? That's what I want. What is some advice for any aspiring creative person or artist out there that you would like to give out?
I'm gonna say, believe in yourself when don't nobody else believe in you. Real
Mm-hmm.
talk.
Wow.
That's what really motivate me, because there's people who, I mean, I'm from, like I said, man, I'm from I say a pond full of piranha
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
mixed with crabs.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
it's people who, I'm just saying, I said that to say, people who don't believe in you, who's gonna hold you down, don't let them do that. Just keep
Yeah.
doing it, and you better believe in yourself. And and make moves. Don't just say what you're gonna do. Make the moves.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
gotta make moves. You gotta put in the work. Because if you don't, I promise you, you're gonna be 25 years old and you lay down, go to sleep, that alarm clock go off, you're gonna be 45. I
Yeah.
promise you.
That
That
ain't
it can
changed.
happen.
Ain't even got
But
out
don't,
that bed.
yeah, but I'm saying
Yeah.
you can't grasp it. You can't get that when you're 20 or 21.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You
Right.
can't.
Right.
I remember hearing so much. So I just feel like, just keep pushing and keep on keeping on.
Yeah,
That's
that's
great.
good advice because it does happen like that before you know it. Like you said, it's
Mm-hmm.
done.
Don't
It's
blink.
gone.
Don't blink. I'm
For
telling
real,
you.
don't blink. Because you
Don't
blink,
blink.
you're gonna have a father time bid next.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did overstep a little bit, but tradition goes before we let any, you know what I'm saying, I guess go. We gotta laugh, man. We start off, man, and we always gotta laugh, man. So give us a funny story. It can be pertaining to art, it could be pertaining to anything, man. Like something real quick, something that's just gonna put a smile on everybody's face, man. Something funny with Real. That's been in his life.
I don't think it's funny, but it might be funny to other people. I don't think it's funny. But I will say this right here. I will say, okay, so when I was performing, doing my,
Okay.
my hip hop, rhyming, whatever,
Okay.
I was you know, invited to perform, at this show. And this was in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Mhm.
So I'm at the bar, I'm killing the butterflies. I took a shot. I was good. I was supposed to be next to go and
Mhm.
perform. Something happened. I think somebody who was late came in, and then they put them before me because they were supposed to perform before me anyway. So they finally showed up. What they do that for? I don't know. I do what I did for.
Mhm.
It's crazy too. I went back to the bar, drank me a couple more beers, took another maybe 2 shots, and I was feeling good.
Mhm.
Right.
I was ready to get out there and perform. They had, the way they do it, they play your music
Mhm.
with your lyrics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want along with your lyrics though.
Okay.
So they start my music off and say, "Come, Rizzail, here come Rizzail." They didn't know me yet, you know what I'm saying? So I get out there, the music drop, boom, boom, boom. So, the first few bars, I'm good. I'm
Mhm.
feeling it. People start hollering and screaming, ooh, they hollering, dancing and stuff. And all of a sudden, my mind went blank. And I'm like, this is my song.
8 Mile.
And I'm fumbling up. Because like I said, the track playing so they can hear the words. And I'm supposed to be keeping up with my own, my own
Right.
Yeah.
song. So now I'm trying to freestyle. Without this music playing, because I don't want to look. They had to cut. They had to cut me out because they saw it. Because what happened? The alcohol hit me right
Yeah.
when I was
Uh-huh.
out there. The adrenaline rush. Man, my mom went blank, and it was crazy. My brother like, what happened? I was part of what my brother was doing. Like, what
Mhm.
happened?
Mm-hmm.
said, man, I drunk too much. And only rap artist I really give it to, I felt like mastered that was ODB. I'm not ODB, and I would never do that again. So once I could take me a few sips to feel pretty good, I won't do that no more like that.
Yeah.
I felt
that's a
so
good
bad,
story.
man. No, he said he freestyled over his own track.
I know.
I was trying to save face, but I couldn't do it because that other track was playing. So that just sounded like two people rapping over each other.
Yeah.
So they had to cut it off.
Hey.
I'm like, let me do a freestyle. It was a rap. It was over with.
It was a rap. But that was a good lesson to learn, though, right?
That was a lesson learned. Exactly.
Man, that's funny. That's funny. Embrace that. You said it ain't funny to you. That's funny, bro.
No, it ain't funny. The way I feel. But it's funny now, though, you know. But at the time, it was.
I know he was
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I had to walk out like that.
Believe it or not, I've been there. I've been there. Believe it or not, I've been there. So we'll get into that another day. Bro.
Yeah, another session.
Yeah, that's another day, man. But that's one of the many talents that I've had. And yeah, I've been there. It's 8 Mile. 8 Mile will get you. 8 Mile will get you, man. And you'll be
that's what you call it, 8 Mile.
Yeah, 8 Mile. 8 Mile. You just get up there and you stuck, man. You got the music and you like, it's my song.
Exactly.
Hey, where's that? Like you don't know where it's at, bro. So
that's the crazy. You're right. That's a crazy part, but that's what happened to me though.
Right.
So that's a good thing. Well, I want to say thanks for coming on the show, Rel. It was, like I said, once again, it was great interviewing with you.
Yeah.
And remember, everybody, to check him out, check out his art, check out the description so you'll know how to get in touch with him, know how to follow him, and if you need something from him, to get in touch with him. Okay.
Right. Yep.
Thank you once again.
And I appreciate y'all as well for setting this up like this, man. Because I had like 2 other people that want to interview me too. You know, so TikTok, that's a way of networking also. So yeah, I just want to say appreciate y'all doing this, setting it up, man, having me on here.
Man, thank you, man. Because I didn't know. I honestly didn't know you were gonna respond, man. It was so many comments, and I didn't even know you was gonna respond, bro, and agree to do it, man. And I was happy that you know what I'm saying, that you did it, and man, like y'all check the video out. I'm gonna put the video in here.
Oh, that'll be sweet.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna put the video in here.
About.
And I guarantee y'all, man, that video changes your emotions. I promise you, man. It changes your emotions, man.
Yeah.
You know how many people was crying?
Man, Real, bro, thank you for coming to the Finch house.
No doubt.
We want to get you back on here. So
you
gonna make us a promise we can get you back on here?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot more stuff on there. So just be, like I said, open minds, because I'm coming with different stuff from different angles.
Okay.
All right, then.
It sounds good. It sounds like a plan, y'all.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Real.
Okay.
See you later, bro.
Okay.
All right.